and welcome as part of the Rehan School Teachers Training Program and Rehan School curriculum. We are exploring influential ideas about the future of education through TED Talks, TEDx Talks, and today I will try to review The Future of Learning by Sugata Mitra. And I would like to share several ideas that stood out to me. The first, in the beginning of the talk, Sugata Mitra is explaining his experiment, The Hole in the Wall, which was conducted in India. He placed computer with access to internet in the places safe for kids to play with them, and then he was observing what happens, and soon enough the place was full of kids experimenting with the computers and buzzing around and asking questions and talking to each other and giving ideas. And he observed another thing, that when adult appeared at the scene, that bus stops and kids were more cautious to experiment. Next stage, this experiment was taking place. It was other schools in UK and other places in US as well. And again, it was safe environment, and kids were given access to the computers with access to the internet, and they were asked questions. And the questions became more and more difficult, even questions like quantum mechanics and so on. And yeah, the kids, even though they didn't know answer or understand the question, they eventually found the answers. So this he also showed some videos, and I could see that the classroom was like very noisy. Kids were running around, asking questions. They were discussing things, and it's just beautiful example of peer-to-peer learning, what we call peer-to-peer learning, where kids learn from each other and discover and discuss things. So it's a beautiful example. And here the teachers comes, and the teachers unintentionally can stop this beautiful learning, because when adults appear near the computers or near or at the class, the children's behavior change, and they become more cautious, they become more aware and scared to actually make mistakes. So it kills curiosity, it kills experimenting. And this video and this experiment is actually quite old, and Sugata Mitra didn't say anything surprising, or didn't offer any tricks. Actually, we all know this information. We all, or most of us, are mothers and fathers. We know that the kids of 5 years old age, they are very curious, asking questions and questions and more questions. And they look forward to school, they look forward to learn new things. So how is that we still continue with education, with schools that actually kills kids' curiosity? And that said, we have a traditional education system that actually teaches stuff just in case. And we force students to remember things, maybe just in case they will need it sometime in the future. We force them to um, uh, we test them, we assess them, totally isolated, and the real life is just so different. Even working environment is so different. We collaborate, we use internet, we use digital tools all the time as an adult. So why we don't allow kids to use also internet and digital tools? Why we don't allow them collaborate and working on the answers? So these are the questions why we don't prepare them or teach them just in time, or stuff just in time, that we we teach them or they learn stuff when they actually need it. They find they can find they learn to find information quickly, evaluate the information, understand the topic, and apply it when it's needed immediately. That's the learning just in time. We adults also don't expect, when we ask someone on the street what time is it, that the person will just know the time without checking the watch. So why we expect so much from students, right? From kids. Another point discussed or explained in the talk was the role of the teachers. The teachers, it's not a good idea that teachers will disappear completely and will be replaced by technology. It's better when they turn into facilitators, motivators, coaches, question designers, people who create safe learning environment, because that's one of the um, mm, basic conditions for learning. Um, Safe environment is not just like safe physical or psychological condition. We also talk about environment where kids are not afraid to make mistakes. They can collaborate. They are encouraged instead of being constantly corrected, and they have access to the reliable information. And reliable information says that we have to learn critical thinking, because in the world of AI and propaganda and in disinformation, there is a lot of fake news, not correct information. We have to know what's fact, what is not fact. So reliable information. So that was several points from the talk, which I noticed, I find interesting. And Yes, Sugata Mitra talk made me rethink the purpose of education again. Again, perhaps the future is not about replacing teachers with technology, but about replacing the routine instruction with curiosity, collaboration, and meaningful questions. And in a world where information is always available, the real skill may be knowing how to find it, evaluate it, use it when it matters, not simply remembering it just in case.